Hello everyone, today's a real good treat for you. Rabbit foot ferns. Now, these don't look like rabbit foot ferns at all. They look like they're dead and they're rotted. Well, some of it is dead, some of it is rotted. And the reason and the cause for that is, well, it's the wrong kind of soil. It's not getting enough air. Now, you see this one's been pulled up some, and it's actually got growth on it. This one, however, doesn't. So what we're going to do is just basically repot them and get this old rotted stuff off. And as you see, it's just coming right off. The ones that are staying can stay. But yeah, and the reason the soil is bad is I had to repot these, and I had to get just the cheapest soil I could at the time, and it wasn't that good. So they're having trouble breathing, but we're going to dump them out, repot them, and they'll do a lot better, just like this one's already got green on it. Because it's halfway sticking out, it's able to breathe. So let's get these going. Let's dump them out and redo them. So I'll actually let you see me dump them and everything, so you don't think I'm, trying to pull a trick when they just come back to, life. Do have that in there. That can come out for now. These right here actually come off very easily, thank God. Now we do need this. We want to keep this. Put that back in the bucket. And let's see what we got here. Dig in here. Oh, I should have used gloves again. Okay, we got this one here, and it's good because that's the live one and it's got roots. We want to shake this a little bit. Okay. We got most of that. What we're going to do is tear it into pieces a little bit and get these roots showing and everything. We need to get these roots showing and the dead stuff off. And then we're going to repot it in some really good soil. Okay. That's one that's done. We can put it back in the bucket. Now we're going to do the other one. Now we just put it back in the bucket so we can carry it over to get soil. Now we're going to do this one. Basically just going to dump it out. We're going to keep this one right here and put that in there. That helps it drain. We need that. If you don't have that in one of your pots, or I don't know, maybe you're not using one of these hanging pots, but just get it. All you gotta do is really just beat it. Most things, a lot of things, if you just beat it, it actually starts working. Like, I don't know, I got this toy for my son and it wouldn't work. And I was like, well, I know he's going to drop it or something. So I took it, I slammed it up against something and it started working. And when I put the batteries in, it didn't work. So, beating it sometimes works. And, well, most of the time it does work. We're just going to do it like this. Get all that loose stuff off. Okay, we can see the roots now, and it's good to go. We can put that back in the bucket and get these. We're going to put both of these on top of each other like that. And now we're going to take them over to the greenhouse, put some soil in them, and repot them. And I'm going to show you the difference in the soil. You can see this here, but, I mean, you can just see it's compact in certain places. So we don't want that. So we'll be back in just a minute inside the greenhouse that doesn't have the plastic or anything up. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. This is the highlight of the film. Okay, we've got the things here. And as you see, I'm smoking an electronic cigarette. We're going to get some good soil. This is kind of compact, so I'm going to use some vermiculite. Now, this vermiculite's really good. And I'll tell you why. It's almost like perlite. See the chunks on that? They are huge. So we're going to mix that in with some soil. There we go. Now we're going to wrap it up. Because we don't want any water to get in. And since we're in the greenhouse part, all of these desks and drawers and stuff have holes in them so that water doesn't get on it and run over. It actually just drains through. So we have our live pieces here, just in case. And I don't want my head in the way while I'm doing this, so I'm going to be off to the side a little bit. Now, it's going to take a lot to fill up these buckets because they're pretty big buckets. I'm going to have to add a little bit more soil, which is no problem. Oh, there we go. Oh. Now, I add a lot of stuff to my soil, but I'm not going to tell you everything because then, you'll know it and it won't be worth anything because, everybody will know and everybody will be making it and it'll be very popular and someone else will be getting the credit for something I did. So, I don't want that. That's happened too many times in my life. So, I'm mixing this up. Put down that, that. We don't really need this. There's already a screen in there. We're going to put this actually in the middle, not on one side. Now we're going to fill in the sides. This is a really fairly simple process. Now you don't want to pack this too hard. You want it nice and loose, especially since, it hasn't got any air in a while. So, just pack it in there nice and loose. Now, one of these came from a certain one, but as you see, it's got its own little root system, so it really doesn't matter which one it goes in. And when we water this down, everybody knows, if you've watched any of my videos, this will go down to the water line. It's basically already on the water line. I probably need to add a little bit more, but okay, got that. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more vermiculite and some of my other mixture that I put in to make it good. Because I had to add more soil, so more soil means more vermiculite. So, now we're going to tighten this down. Mix in our other stuff down here. Now this is so that it can breathe and have aeration very good. You want aeration. You want it to be able to anchor the plant, but you want it to be able to hold nutrients and water and anchor it. But you also want it to be able to drain water as well. So that's basically what we're changing about it. Apparently it wasn't draining water or something wrong happened. Okay, let's try it now. Now we're on our second one in there. And there. It only takes maybe 2 or 3 scoops depending on what kind of scoops you're using. And now we're going to put this one in. And like I said, we're going to put it in the middle. And when we get it inside, we're going to definitely put some neem oil on it and some rooting hormone, and that will help. And how do we do this? We mix it together. We mix together the rooting hormone and the neem oil together and just kind of pour it on. So, we have our soil in here now. If you want to add rocks to your soil, that's fine. That will add aeration. Just about any kind of object that will allow, air to get in is good. You can use. As long as it's clean and it's been, purified, you don't want no diseases. So, make sure you bleach it for about 15-20 minutes. And we are just about done with this part, thank God. Not saying it's hard or anything, just me bending over constantly. It's killing my back. It's not going to kill your back, I don't think, but I don't think you have scoliosis. Okay. Now we fill in this one. And we're going to fill in the back of it. As you see, the back of it's kind of got roots, so we're going to cover those up. pat it down a little bit. That'll kind of show us what the water is going to give. So don't pat it down too hard though. Okay, now make sure you put your soil up and where it won't get wet. And now we're going to water these in. This one, we're just going to make a little hole. Put it right there. And tighten the soil around it. And, you know, there we go. That's done. This little one, we can put right here. And there we go, that's done. Now, both of them are done. And you know, to make this actually look better, we're going to take a little bit of soil off of this one and just put it on that to lay that down so it looks like that. And this is not just to sell, this is not to sell it, it's actually to get it going. Because this one here, I don't know, it's acting weird. Both of them's acting weird actually, but now they have fresh soil, and now all we have to do is, like I said, water them in. So we'll be back in a minute to water them in, and thank you so much for watching. Alright everyone, welcome back. We're right back where we started. We poured the soil out, put new soil in. Only difference is we got water this time. Yay! So, we're going to sit this down. My tripod really sucks, but there we go. I'm going to bend it back a little bit so you can see. Now we're just going to slowly add this because I kind of put some of the soil on the top, which will help it, you know, root. Which it's already got roots, that's why I put soil on top so it can, you know, go on and start growing. And you always want to water these outside. These are greenhouse or indoor plants. They do not like the sun whatsoever. These like a lot of shade. Now I did have them over behind me here, and I'll even show you. I had shade cloth over them and all that, but there was a little problem. It wasn't enough. Either they weren't getting enough water, they were getting too much, or it was the soil. But I'm going to keep a close eye on them now and take them inside, not have them outside. Of course, they need the heat and the humidity, but I keep plenty of humidity in my room. I can keep it warm or cool and still have the same amount of humidity, so it's really no big deal. See, when you pour too fast, that's what happens. You don't want that. Oh, bug just flew in my mouth. So, you know, you just pour nice and slow until it drains out the bottom, which it don't take no time to drain out the bottom with this soil and with this mixture, so we're going to mix it all up just like that. Okay, now it's got the water and everything, it's been watered, but when we get inside, like I said, we're going to give it its treatment, and it should do good from there on out, as long as I don't let it get in the lights. Now this is where I did have it. I had it in the shade cloth right here, which is wrapped up around, and as you can see, yeah, there's already a plant in there, which is an angel wing begonia, and it's got a leaf and everything on it. It's doing fine, but these, it had to be the soil, so we changed the soil. And now, just in case there's a fungus or fungi or anything like that, we're gonna take care of it. Now, you know, if this moves off to the side or anything, you know, tries to come out, or you got some on the side, just wipe it off. I mean, it's just dirt. I mean, think about it. You used to play in real dirt, and this is soil. You used to play in real dirt when you were a child. So this right here is really no big deal, especially when you make money. I just sold one of these, which was smaller than this, for 10 bucks. And I don't mean smaller than this, but I mean, the pot was smaller. It's a smaller pot, and I got $10. So if I can get these growing good, like I've grown them good before. I got one that was dead. I paid $10 for, and it took about 4 months, but I mean, it was beautiful. Leaves was all the way out to here. It was all wrapped up around the pot and everything, and that's what we want for these. So actually, we want the best for all of our plants. So we're now going to carry these inside, and I'm going to make up the mixture, and I'll show you the mixture. I'm not going to show you, you know, how much I use and everything, but we'll be back in a minute with that. Welcome back, everyone. We used neem oil extract. We didn't use just the neem oil spray, and we used the take root rooting hormone. It really doesn't matter what kind you use. You don't have to use this kind. I do recommend the extract though, because the spray has already been mixed with you know, water, can make it as strong as you want. Anyway, here's our mixture. It's all mixed up. So we got our rooting hormone and everything in it. And all we're really going to do is add it to the top of the plants, because that's mostly where, if there's any fungus, it would be there. And anything you put on top of the plant, I don't care what anyone says, the plant will suck it up eventually. And that means it'll go to the roots. Or vice versa, it'll be near the roots. Either way, it'll do what you want it to do. But you want to make sure you got all the fungus and all that out. Now, right now I have it in my room, which I have really bright lights in here for, well, to be honest, most of the plants in here are for bright lights. It's like staghorn ferns and stuff. And stuff that I'm rooting and seeds and stuff that you've seen before. Now, we're going to rinse this out good. We're going to rinse it, that's what it's called, about 3 times, because this is what's left over is known as residue, and we need to get that out. We do it at least 3 times. That is a rule, 3 times. Now, we're going to leave these in here, but we're going to put them in a spot where that light doesn't bother them any. Now, yes, that is for vegetative growth, but these plants just can't take it. So, we're going to put them about right here. And they do need some sun, because, I mean, they've got to do their photosynthesis and everything, but we're going to cover them up just a little bit like that. So, look, you know. And there you go. That's it for them. Now we just wait for them to grow. And I guess you could say, calling this Saving Rabbit Foot Ferns 101 Basics. I'm not going to sit there and wash this thing out 3 times just to show you I do it 3 times or more. That's just kind of crazy. But always do that on any bottle you use that, or even before you throw it in the trash if it's no good. You need to renovate it, because it's, you know, it's wrong. And don't use, you know, things, use, you know, water hose outside or something. Do not use the sink, well, drain, anything like that. Use water hose. Make sure it doesn't go in the grass where plants are, unless you want to plant, you know, for this, you know, to have it. So basically that's it. Or you could just have a pad that, the cleanup pad that catches it. It's up to you. But this is saving them, and they should show something within a month. We'll know soon. And as soon as we know, I'll let you know, just like I did on the carrots, which by tomorrow I'm sure they'll be a lot bigger, and there'll be a video of them. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and see you later. And the birdies say bye-bye.